Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin McDonald, also known as Tachyon Blue, and I want to tell the story of GamerGate. Nearly a decade ago, GamerGate was a cause that I poured my heart and soul into, perhaps even too much at times. But now that I reflect on everything all these years later, I realize I want to do something. I want to tell people's stories, the stories of the ordinary people involved in this, the stories of people whose voices have been silenced, people whose work and commitment towards improving games journalism and defending creative freedom has been snuffed out, whose friendships, whose artwork, whose life experiences have been demonized and forgotten in favor of a narrative pushed by the very games journalists we were critiquing. A narrative that those involved with Gamergate were just misogynistic harassers who wanted to drive women out of gaming. Whatever one thinks of Gamergate, whatever you may think of torrential downpour or any given censorship or ethics related controversy, you must realize that this is an unfair and untrue characterization. The demonization of a large number of people as evil monsters, the silencing of their stories and their lives, it bothers me. It bothered me during Gamergate, and it's bothered me ever since. The conscious experience of myself and others as people has been degraded to some degree because of this misinformation about myself, my friends, and my community. And I've always wanted to correct the record on that. For a time, I considered an encyclopedia project to document what happened, but alas, I should play to my strengths, and I don't have the time nor desire to undertake such a journey, a never ending encyclopedia. A Gamergate encyclopedia? It's a good idea, but I have no desire to spend years of my life on this. Now, there's other things I want to do with my life, and I want to do them on this channel too. But what I can do and what I want to do is interview people. For the past few days, I've been reaching out to people behind the scenes about setting up interviews, and a large number of people have agreed. A lot of people have Gamergate stories they want to tell, and I want to give them a chance to tell those stories. But I also don't want to create a biased work that is of dubious quality. I want to interview people from various backgrounds with various views on this. I've asked for feedback on the questions I intend to ask from two people who hold a more positive view of Gamergate and also two people who hold a more negative view of Gamergate to have them checked for biases. After the interviews have concluded, I want to publish them as a book that tells the story of the people. I can do this. I've written a book about Gamergate before, the first time focused on the history and what it was like. But now I want to tell the story of the people involved, the story of the ordinary person. What made them passionate about this? Why do they care about this? What does it mean to them? Some of the interviews will be held live on YouTube and Kick over the coming weeks. Some may also be offline if the interviewee requests that. I don't know if this project will change anything. Maybe it won't. But I think it's important for me to give a voice to the voiceless. And personally, it's a project that I think will help me have a good ending for Gamergate. A nice capstone to the cause that I cared so much about so long ago. And by the way, if you're watching this and you were involved in the anti-Gamergate community at the time, or know someone who was and might be interested, please reach out to me and maybe we can set up an interview. I'd love to be able to include more anti-Gamergate voices in the book as well. And thank you. Thank you all for watching this and hearing me out as I embark upon this project.